Hey guys, what is up? It's Remus Chip here with another video on Dauntless. Today we're going to be doing the rest of the video on Sharpen Your Skills, Update 0.30. Sorry it's taken so long, it's just been a lot of grinding. I mean, I've gone through hours of editing. And sadly, this new update has actually made it a little bit harder to get gear. As you can see, I only have the chest and the legs for this Charog armor and the sword. Don't worry guys, they're going to be fixing it in a new update soon, and I'll definitely go over that when it does happen. But for today, we're actually going to be going over the cells, the armor, some herbs that you can find in the game that are really hard to find right now in hammer, pike, and chain blade stats. Okay, and let me know too down below if you like Dauntless, how you feel about it, and give me a like and subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. Okay guys, I know. Some of you might not like this, but it'll be okay. The update, it won't be so bad. Okay, so start off with, we got the Frontier Core. Open it up and you get cells. Cells you can add to your armor, make them stronger. Now, not every cell can go to every armor, and I'm not too sure yet what really justifies what cell goes to what. It really does seem random. I have a ton of cells. No armor to put it on, though, and then it's sad. But as you can see, you still get uncommons and stuff in these, and they are basically, you get them by fighting behemoths. So there's also the armor. Now all the armor has been set to where it's actually all the same strength in the beginning, except for the Charog. Technically that's a little bit stronger because of the resistance. But my gosh guys, the Arcanites, like, it just takes so many. You only get 2 per battle right now, and some of them take 6. I mean, honestly, Dauntless developers, you gotta work on this. And I know you guys are, but it's really hurt the game. It's really hurt the game. I mean, I've seen people literally just drop out of matches because of how frustrated they are with it. Okay, so now we're gonna go try to find some Kindle Sprout. And there it is. It's the white plant in the desert. Definitely try to find it. I know you guys definitely have a quest that you need it for. Okay guys, so now onto the bread and butter of the video. Let's talk about the 4 types of damage. So basically you have piercing, blunt, slashing, normal. Now the differences between them are piercing exposes and breaks parts faster, blunt staggers, slashing breaks and severs limbs, and normal damage just does normal damage to the behemoth. Basically, the places you'd want to do blunt damage would be the heads and the leg. Those are the areas where you're going to actually cause the most blunt damage. For every weapon as well. For piercing, you can actually, you'd want to focus on parts that are going to get broken. Basically, piercing is the weakening of a part. It'll actually glow whenever you do cause piercing damage with the pipe, which will allow your team to break parts a lot faster. Slashing breaks and severs limbs, pretty self-explanatory. You can cut off the tail, you can cut off horns, all that good stuff with slashing weapons. Okay, so now let's go over some of the hammer stuff that they've added. As you've probably been watching, they've added a way to reload your hammer while mid-swing. The way to do this is to hit your special right after you swing, and it should actually automatically reload it for you. It's a bit tricky, and if you watch some of the hammer footage, you'll see me doing it every now and then. They've also added the interrupt shot, which is just an action roll and then the shoot. It's quicker than your normal shot, but it cannot interrupt enemies. There is also a hammer swing that when you swing, you can actually shoot just one. And you do this by basically hitting the Q mid-swing as you're swinging instead of right after. If you do this, you can actually add on basically more damage to your combos and cause an infinite shot reload sequence. It's very useful, and pretty much it's going to become a core mechanic to the hammer. I actually really like the changes to the hammer. The hitboxes have been tweaked a lot so that it's just a lot easier to hit the strike or other fast creatures. Overall, I think they did a really good job on the hammer. Another quick tip for you guys, use the trees, man. I really want to like make a video just on like how to use forest to help you fight some of these behemoths, but it really, as you saw, like the behemoth couldn't touch me because I was hiding behind a tree. The trick though is to not always hide behind a tree because you will lose interest. So you want to pop out every once in a while, but then go back in once you feel like it's a little dangerous. Now, like I said, the hammer does blunt damage. It can do slashing damage. It's best to go for the head or the legs. It can be really useful for actually staggering or interrupting enemies. That's where it really shines, and I think that every team should probably have a hammer on it if they want to efficiently take down the behemoths, since they are the best at these things. And to just let you guys know, now your standing shot can still interrupt the behemoth. It's only the roll and the evade shots. So as long as you time it right, you can still shoot him and interrupt him instantly. Just take your time with the hammer, keep your distance. Oh, and another thing too, as you can see, you can't get stuck in those his little juggle, his fist juggle anymore, which is a very, very nice fix for the strike as well. Good job, devs. Good job. Okay guys, so now onto the War Pike and the Scarn. As you can see, the Scarn is doing his Vortex move. Best way to avoid that is exactly what I did, just sheath your weapon, run away. And this is the War Pike. It's the new weapon. It's a close range and long range weapon. It does slash and piercing damage, mostly piercing damage. You can use it to actually break the enemy's armor faster by giving it a damage multiplier that your teammates can actually use. It's hard to see the piercing damage on the Scarn, but it actually does leave a little like X or like cross-shaped scar that usually glows. And this is so that your teammates can tell like where you've hit and where they should hit. It's a pretty useful weapon, though it cannot interrupt behemoths with its primary attack, but its secondary attack can. I think that's also including its gunshot. And right now that I know of, there's only two versions of the pike, the standard pike and then the war pike, which is a little stronger. I'm sure they're going to be adding more soon, including like images and stuff. There's a lot of glitching going on with the pike, but so far it's actually a pretty good move, or good weapon. As you can see, I'm taking shots. Basically, as you attack, you fill up that top bar, and then you want to press Q to basically store the shots and use it to hit vulnerable spots or hit armor just to help break it from afar. So overall, the pike is a pretty cool weapon. I would say it's pretty useful, but not mandatory on the team. Though it does do a lot of slashing and piercing damage and does help weaken parts. There's other weapons that can also do that to the same extent. Not as much, but close to the same extent, I should say. But the problem with the pike is it does hit very lightly. It's probably going to be limited to how strong it really can be right now just because of how many upgrades it has. But I still think you guys should definitely mess around with it. It's a really fun weapon. It reminds me of the chain blades without all the warping. Also, check out the Scarn. Like, oh, and you can see the mark right there on his leg, the piercing mark. But check out the Scarn. Man, this boss is so cool. I have to say, devs, good job for adding like just a neat boss. Okay guys, and so now on to the near the final part of our video, the chain blades. Everybody's fan favorite killed the patch, sadly. Now they did fix the special, it's working a lot better, it's pulling you towards it, pushing you away, just where you need to. I'm not getting stuck in trees anymore, though I didn't really use the chain blades that much, and I will say I'm not the best at it. But sadly it was really nerfed. I mean, they changed stuff that I personally don't think was really that good of an idea. The swirling blades now only hit once per rotation instead of 3 times, which that kind of does suck a little bit, but they did make it a little bit stronger. As you can see, it does slash and some piercing damage and some blunt, but the blunt very rarely ever happens. It seems like only when you hit the head, and it's just not really that much blunt. It's not gonna really do much. In the piercing too, it's very minimal. Now, I will say too, they did nerf the dodge roll so that it's a little bit different. It's not just instantly invincible. It's a timed thing, so you gotta get used to that a little bit. It did also make it to where you cannot now interrupt the behemoth with a chain blade. No matter what attack, it doesn't matter. You just can't interrupt them anymore. It's a very sad thing because I do know that was something that people used to do a lot, was interrupt, especially strikes and scrapes with the chain blades, but you're gonna want the hammer for that now. It's the best thing. I mean, other than that though, it's not that bad. The chain blades are still some of the best weapons out there. I mean, they can still actually do decent damage. DPS is pretty high, even though the damage is actually low. Yeah, you just hit a lot more than most other weapons. And you still have that range, which is really nice. As you can see, I just pull myself towards them. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about with the chain blades was the... Oh, actually no, I think that is it. I did want to actually talk about the elementals though. So all elemental damage has been increased. All elemental resistance has also been increased, from what I've heard from the devs, including damage done by the behemoths. So what this means is you're gonna definitely want to wear resistant armor to whatever you're fighting. Fighting a scrape, you're gonna want something to protect you against ice, and if you do, it will benefit you better. And if you have a fire weapon, props to you, you're gonna probably do more damage, be top of your team. Okay guys, so that's pretty much it for the update. There's a little other things. I'm going to leave a link to the patch notes down below. A lot of it was just not really, it was hard to really convey in the video, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the update. There's some bad, there's some good. I have heard that the devs are going to fix the Arcanites. They're going to fix how often some of these rare flora are popping up, just to try to help us out. I give them time. You know, honestly, there's been a lot of bad in the update, but there was a lot of good. A lot of stuff that you honestly you just don't see in like a little update like this. I shouldn't even call it a little update. It was a big update, to be honest with you. Two-parter. But if you haven't already, please guys give me a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comment section what behemoth you'd want me to do a video on. I'd love to hear it. Have a good day, guys. I hope you enjoy your hunt, and as always, have fun.